Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with an Aqua deck profile. This is the, of course, the new Shide build for the new set that came out, and I'll be showing you guys how I built my deck and how I play the deck. I have been doing some playtesting with it, and it underwent several changes. So this is for now, it's the build that works quite well for me. And so let's get right into the deck profile. So for the Siren Vanguard, we run the new starter that comes in the trial deck. He comes in pretty handy. He gives you an extra restand. So his skill is kind of last one. Move this card into Soul. Choose one of your rear guards, and during this turn, it gets the skill. When this card attacks the Vanguard, you may restand this unit. And then this unit gets plus 2,000 power. So obviously it's really handy for Lambros plays and other stuff in case you can't hit the fourth attack. So I mean third rear guard attack, or yeah. But he also comes in really handy for Lambros because you can swing for extra big numbers, and I'll explain that in a bit. So next we run 4 Savas. He is the card that comes in the trial deck. He's the cover card, and his skill is Generation Break 2. Or by the way, this guy has Generation Break 1, so yeah. Generation Break 2. When this card attacks a Vanguard, and if it's that fourth or more battle that turn, this card gets +1 critical, and your opponent cannot call grade 0s from their hand. And his Stride Break skill, his Stride Break skill is when a unit strats on top of this unit, it gets a new skill. Choose 3 of your opponents. When this card attacks and it's the fourth battle or more that turn, choose 3 of your opponent's units, and your opponent chooses one of those units and retires it. So you pick 3, and out of those 3, your opponent picks 1, and it gets retired. It comes in pretty handy. This effect is good because it's free, so you don't have to pay any counterblast in order for you to use that skill. So yeah. Next, I run 2 Glorymouth Shrimp Reverse. He is a backup Vanguard, and he is pretty handy since his effect is pretty decent. His effect is Limit Break 4, kind of lost 1. Choose a stand unit and rest it, and then lock it. That's the cost. And then when this card attacks during that turn, if this attack is the fourth battle or more, this card gets plus 5,000 power and 1 critical. And then when this card attacks and you do not hit, you can choose opponent's rear guard and retire it, and then you can draw a card. So obviously this card is very good because either if you hit or don't hit, you still get something out of it. So yeah, it's a pretty nice card to have as a backup Vanguard. And we run 2 Glorymouth Shrimp because the new critical trigger is very good with this card. So yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, Glorymouth Shrimp, his skill is Limit Break 5, counter last 1. When this card attacks, during that battle, this card gets plus 1,000 power, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or above units to the Guardian Circle from their hand. So obviously that's good because combo with the crit trigger, your opponent can't call units, period. So yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. Yeah, it's pretty good. He has a Crossride, but you don't want Maelstrom in his deck, so you don't get the Crossride off. But yeah, he's a Limit Break 5, so if your opponent knows you have it in hand, they probably won't give you that 5th damage, but for the most part, it's still pretty handy to have. Next, we run 4 Tidal Assault. Tidal Assault is really handy because he can restand for free. Skill is, once per turn, you may, when this card attacks a Vanguard, you may restand this unit and then, you restand this unit and it gets plus 1,000 power. You can't, if you would, as long as you attack the Vanguard, he has to restand. So, yeah. And then, yeah, so if you want to use some, use this effect for Lambros, you usually attack a rear guard first. So, yeah. Next, we run 3 High Tide Sniper. Skill is Generation Break 1, Soul Blast 1. When this card attacks, if it's the 3rd battle or more during that turn, this card gets plus 10,000 power during that battle. So obviously he's a 19k attacker by himself. So even if he doesn't get boost, he can still attack a Vanguard and make him force a 10k guard of your opponent's hand. And combo with Savas, he'll be a 29k attacker, which is pretty scary. So yeah. He sets out a lot of really good plays, so I'll talk about that a bit later. Next, we run the Generation Break unit. Generation Break 1 unit. He's a key card. He's a key card that helps you restand. And the skill is Generation Break 1 once per turn. Catalyst 1. When this card attacks a Vanguard and it's boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, restand this unit and it gets plus 2,000 power. So you can attack again for 11k for your second attack. So you can still force 5k out of your opponent's hand, which is pretty good. Next, we run 3 Battle Siren Orthia. Skill is once per turn, Generation Break 1, kind of lost 1, so last 1. When this card boosts a unit, and you may restand that unit after you pay the cost, and it loses 5,000 power. And then you can't use this effect again if you didn't pay the cost. And then she also has resist, so that's also pretty handy. Mainly you're using this card because she has resist. She's a 7k booster, and she does some pretty nice plays with things like him. This is the main. She's like pretty much the only grade 2 you're gonna use with this guy, because all the other guys restand. But she's handy because she can be pretty clutch during Lambros plays. I'll show you how I use her later on, but first, let's continue on with the great ones. Next, we run 4 of the Shroud boosters. I don't know what they're actually called, but when you discard this card for Shroud, he counts as a grade 3. So yeah, he also searches for Savas, so it's also pretty nice. Anyway, oops. Next, we run 3 of this new card. She is extremely good. Kind of less. Her skill is Generation Break 1. During her turn, she gets a new skill, and this card can attack from the back row. And the second skill is when this card attacks from the back row, she gets plus 3k. So she's a 9k attacker, but she can attack from the back row. So you're mainly going to use her to attack your opponent's intercepts. Since it still counts as an attack, it's pretty good. Really, really useful card. Next, for Perfect Guards, this is a new one that inflicts damage. So there's that. For triggers, we run 8 crit. Oops, 4 stands and 4 heals. Now I don't run stand triggers in this deck because they're not really necessary. With Lambros, you restand units and they get plus 10k anyway, so an extra 5k and a booster doesn't really count. Doesn't really matter, since the crit triggers will help you a lot more in the early game, in the long run. So yeah, I have tried using stand triggers, but I honestly like the crit triggers a lot more. I also tried running rainbow triggers, and even then, when you're running stand triggers, Lambros just loses the extra pressure attacks with, because usually they know you'll be standing your your rear guard, so they're just not going to guard the Lambros attack in hopes to get a trigger. And then yeah, so having the crit trigger will make your opponent think twice before not guarding. So let's talk about how I use the deck. It's a quick tutorial. This guy is pretty useful, so let's do something like this. Actually, just avoid confusion, let's use this guy instead. So if you ever feel like this, you go Stride, right into Lambros. This is for the final attacks, because that's usually where people make misplays. I know I misplayed a lot the first couple times I used this deck, but yeah, for the first, so in order to get the extra attacks and maximize your numbers, you go first attack. You go attack with Tidal Assault, attack a rear guard. So you kill the rear guard, or they guard it, doesn't matter. Second attack, you go attack the thing, another rear guard, either another interceptor or another interceptor. If they don't have it, then you can blank attack the Vanguard. Or if they don't have any more rear guards, you just go second attack. You go attack, and then attack the Vanguard. Counter blast 1, restand. Third attack, attack the Vanguard again. They're probably going to guard it or not guard it. And then you go attack with Lambros. This will be your fourth attack. You stand 2 units, so these 2 units will be restand. And then this guy will be 21k, this guy will be 19k. Whether you get triggers or not, it doesn't really matter. And this guy is boosted too. And then you go attack with Tidal Assault. He'll be 19k if you didn't get triggers. He restands. He'll be 14k now, and then you attack again for 20k. Yeah, and then you attack with this guy for 21k. You can do that, or if you get crit triggers, this guy will be a restanding rear guard, so that's pretty scary too, because he'll be swinging for pretty big numbers. So yeah, another card that you can use instead is let's see, this guy. Now in this case, you would go Counter Blast 1, put this card into Soul. Give the skill to this guy. Save another booster. Save her. Okay. So now you can go attack a rear guard. Attack a rear guard. Yeah. This guy, the skill for this card did not prop yet. Does not proc yet. So give him some soul. So yeah, first attack. Then you go either second attack, depending if they have another regard or not, or second attack. Second attack, Counter Blast 1, stand up. Third attack, and then you go fourth attack, restand 2 units. Now you go attack your opponent's Vanguard. You can go by attack by himself or boosted. Usually you go this guy first, or you can go this guy first since he'd be 21k. And let's just go this guy first. So 21k. This guy attacks. So last one, he attacks for 29k. Restands. He gets the extra 2k now from the this guy. And then you attack again. So you soul blast one again, because it's not once per turn. But he doesn't keep the 10k after the battle, so he'll be 31k for the second attack, not 41k. He'll be 31k. And then if this guy didn't attack, if she didn't attack, you'll be extra booster. So it'll be 37k, which is pretty scary. Rearguard swing for 37k. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Yeah. So mainly you want to save your soul for this guy. You don't want to use her unless you have to, but yeah. In the events that you don't, if you have something like this instead, let's just say you proc his skill 2, and then you go attack your opponent's Vanguard. This is saying everything attacked already, and this is the first time he attacked. Let's say you use this guy's skill. He still withstands for the second attack. Attack again. He withstands from this guy. Attack again. You can soul blast again if you want. Doesn't matter. But now you can counter blast one, soul blast one again to restand him again, but this time he loses 5k. So yeah, that's something you can do. So you get 3 attacks off with this guy. So first attack was the first attack. You trigger this guy's skill. Second attack, you trigger her skill. Third attack, he attacks by himself and he doesn't stand up again. So obviously you can get a lot of attacks off with this deck, and it's pretty strong. So I forgot to show you guys my G zone, so let's show you guys that. So 4 Lambros, obviously. Usually, if you're doing it right, you only need to use Lambros once, but running 4 anyway in case. Next, we're running 2 of the High Tide Boar Dragon. Wait, for those who don't know Lambro skills, sorry, it's getting kind of late. It's almost 3. I don't know why I film just late, but Lambros' skill is choose a Lambros from your generation zone and flip it face up. When this card attacks and it's the 4th battle more that turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand 2 units. If you have 2 units face up on your G zone, you may the 2 units you stand up gets plus 10k. So obviously very strong card, gives you extra attacks. Next, High Tide Boar Dragon. Tidal Boar Dragon, I think his name is. Yeah, Tidal Boar Dragon, not High Tide Boar Dragon. Tidal Boar Dragon. Skill is when this card attacks, if it's the 3rd battle or more that turn, you can draw a card and then call a. If it hits, you can draw a card and you can call a card from your hand to the rearguard circle. So yeah, he's mainly, most of the time he's going to be your first stride. So yeah. Next, we run 1 Atmos. When this card attacks, you can counter blast 1 to have it get plus 10k. And then we have 1 Blizza. Counter blast 1 when this card attacks. Counter blast 1, choose a card in your D zone and flip it face up. When this card attacks, you can play the cost you do. For every card face up in your G zone, this card has plus 5k. So yeah, these 2 are mainly in case you don't have any units to attack for extra numbers, which doesn't really happen. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. It's really fun to play. It does take some practice to use. It's not as herp-derp as some other decks out there. So yeah, it took me a couple of days to learn how to use the deck properly myself. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Sorry it was a little bit long, but usually I don't have the tutorial section at the back. But for this deck, I felt like I should put it in there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!